Hello, beloved. I thank you so much for your time and I thank you for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. This will be your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time. To those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon I do offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as ancestral lineage readings. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings for $50 per month. You get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, career, and finances, as well as ancestral messages. I also now offer one-on-one sessions / life coach sessions. Those will be once off and not monthly. You can only book me for those directly via my email, which will be listed in my description box below, as well as the link to my Patreon if you'd rather join my Patreon instead. You can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google, search it, and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. Without further ado, let us tap in and find out why were you spiritually led here? What is here for you, beloved? Why did you resonate with the title? And why did your own YouTube algorithm present you with this message? Let us tap in and talk to God, okay? So as I'm tapping into the energy, like, I'm channeling a certain level of sensitivity. Like, I feel like I'm channeling a masculine energy who takes everything personally. Like, the things that are said to him, things that are done to him, the things that they see and hear about themselves in the world, their life, and their reality. Like, this is a masculine that takes everything to the chest, but like, they take everything personally. It could have nothing to do with them, everything to do with them. It doesn't matter. They just take it and they literally like hold grudges. Like, this man is like a grudge holder. That's all they do. Like, that's how they live their life. You know, they hold grudges. I see here, like, I'm seeing that you rejected this man. This is a masculine energy that you keep rejecting, or you've rejected him before and he took it personally. He took your rejection personally. He took it to heart. He took it to mind. He took it to spirit. He took it to body. Okay, like, he took it really, like, personally, in a deep way. Like, he really, like, he took it personally, okay? Let's see what's going on here. We have the Queen of Wands. So this is a man that wanted you to be his, right? With this Queen of Wands, they wanted you to be his. This is a man that's deeply attracted to you. They love your charisma. They love how you carry yourself. And they love the way you present your energy to the world, your life, and reality, right? The way this man sees you is a match. Like, they see you as compatible. They're deeply, we have the Magician reversed. So because of how they see you to be, they took it personally to the point where they wanted to get back. They wanted revenge. With this Magician reversed here, this revenge that they were wanting, it's like this was someone who was trying to attack your crown chakra because you didn't want to be with them. Ten of Swords. So this person has been trying to attack your crown chakra for a long time because you don't want to be with them. This is a man that's dedicated and committed and devoted to driving you crazy. They want you to go mad. Like, I'm seeing like a woman just running wild in her backyard or in the streets or in a certain shop or, you know, around specific people. Like, this This is a man that wants you to lose your mind in your world, your life, and your reality. And then maybe you will want it. That's what I just heard. Claudiously, I just heard, then maybe you'll want me. When you're out here running wild and I'm the only one that can cure you, or I'm the only one that has the antidote because I'm the one that did it, then maybe you want me. That's what I keep seeing and hearing here. Yeah, this person has been attacking your crown chakra for a long time. They've been attacking your mind. They want that, like one day you wake up and you're out of your mind. You know, one day you wake up and you're out of your mind. We have the Two of Voices here, the Two of Swords. So when you rejected this man, they kept trying to persuade you until they realized that you really mean what you're saying. Like, until they realized that you really don't want them. And then this man became obsessed with making you bow down or submit. And they said, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack your crown chakra. I'm going to drive you mad. So as they were doing that, this person was doing it because they were hoping that when they do this to you and it works, you have no choice but to submit, but to want them, but to surrender and bow to them. This is a man that's dedicated and committed and devoted to driving you mad because they feel like that's the only way to get you. If you're out of your mind and they're the only ones that can help you, you give yourself to them. That's how they feel, that's how they think. So this man, there's a lot that he's been doing behind the scenes. I definitely see this man has been watching you, stalking you, or having you watched and stalked or followed, you know, observing, you know, this man has been all up in your energy, monitoring you. And as they've been doing so, they've been in cahoots with a sorcerer and your family. A sorcerer and your family relatives, right? This is a man that has been working with a sorcerer and also working with your family relatives. Your family relatives are in on it, but you've cut ties with them. Or you could not be aware that they're working with this man. It's either you are in connection or in contact with this family of yours, or you are not. So take it out applies for your reality. But regardless, this man has been working with them. Take it out applies, right? But just know that this man has been working with your family and a sorcerer to make you lose your mind. This family has been giving this man, you know, your relatives have given them your possessions, things that you've worn. And in specific here, I'm seeing like a comb, a brush. I'm seeing hair. Okay. Yeah, it's like your family relatives gave this man a lot of things that belong to you or belonged to you. Whether you were aware of those things or you've forgotten about them, or you are aware of those things, right? But a lot was given to this man. So this man took all these things to the sorcerer to ensure that you blatantly, intentionally just run wild. Like he wanted you to completely just be out of your mind. All of a sudden you're just screaming and you're running around and you're pulling at your hair, you know, your crown has been targeted. This man has used the things that were given to him, including some form of hair or hair brush or hair comb. Take it out applies for your reality. But in specific, that's what has been used to ensure that you just wake up with no mind. And the sorcerer guaranteed to this man that it will work. You'll want him. After this, you'll submit. After this, you'll bow. After this, you'll surrender to him. So this man listened to the sorcerer, but now the time has passed for you to lose your mind, right? The time for you to lose your mind has passed. And now everybody involved in all of this man, your family, relatives, and the sorcerer, they're all like, okay, so why is it not working? Because the sorcerer has done this before. He's also surprised that it's not working on you. You're spiritually protected. Let's tap in further to this energy. I just heard, let's tap in further to the synergy. Okay, so being in sync. Yeah, I feel like you're in sync with the universal elements of life: water, air, fire, earth. Okay, you're in sync with God. This man wanted you to just run wild, pull at your hair and everything, pull at your head, like just hitting your head, like just being out of your mind, having no brain, or brain shut down. And then that's where they come in and they swoop you off your feet and then ask the sorcerer to reprogram you so that now when they give you back your consciousness, you're not the same person. This man wanted you to lose your mind, and then they were going to take you to the sorcerer and then do work on you. This is a man that does voodoo. This man is a voodoo lover. Yeah, I just heard dominatrix. We have the Emperor reversed. This is a man that would do anything to see you on your knees, just begging him or pleading with him or bargaining with him, you know, like vulnerable or kind of like scared, in fear, crying, in pain, like things like of that nature. Okay, dominatrix energy, that's what I'm channeling with this, okay? Hence, he went as far as working with your relatives. He is already into voodoo. He does voodoo already. But he took it as far as working with your relatives because he's that desperate for what he wants out of you. This man is deeply desperate here. He has a deep desire to have you, right? There's this deep desire that he can't release. Like no matter if he tries, he can't walk away from this. You can't abandon this. This deep desire just keeps blooming and growing and flourishing, and just it keeps tugging at him inside. He has to live with it, and he doesn't want to just live with it. He wants to feed it. He doesn't want to just have to deal with the fact that he wants you the way he wants you. He wants to get you the way he wants you, with or without your permission. Hence, is willing to make you lose your mind. So, in the beginning of the rituals that they were conducting on your energy, on your crown chakra, on your mind, on your brain, when they were doing it at first, this man had so much high hopes because he had already seen the sorcerer's work and he had already been guaranteed success because he already works with the sorcerer for things of his life that he has or things he's done. So he already was anticipating this to work from the get-go. And when it didn't, something snapped in this man. Until this day, they can't explain what happened within them when they saw that the sorcerer's work backfired. Because this is a sorcerer that has worked with this man for years. You know, this voodoo priest has always given this man, you know, the outcome of his desire, whether it be based on money or otherwise, right? But this voodoo priest has always done work for this masculine energy, giving him what he wanted with the voodoo. But right now, all of a sudden, it's not working. And this man has devoted his life to voodoo. Like, this man does voodoo to get anything in life that he wants. That's how he manifests. That's how he calls things in. He uses voodoo. He loves voodoo. So things are not going the way this man wants, because you're not losing your mind. Like, you were supposed to lose your mind to the point where you don't know who you are, and he was supposed to take you, hold you captive, and give you to the voodoo priest. This sorcerer was supposed to work on your crown further, you know, making sure that when you rise in your consciousness and when they give you back your mind, you are not the same person. You know, you wake up and all of a sudden you're in love with this man, this masculine energy. All of a sudden you wake up and all you're thinking about is this man. All you're feeling is this man. Like, they wanted you tied. They wanted your mind tied to this man's energy. That's how they were working on you with the Wheel of Fortune. That's what the outcome was supposed to be. So when it didn't happen like that, best believe something snapped in this masculine and in the sorcerer, because he does this for a living. Like, this is what he's done for years. Like, this is a sorcerer of ancient techniques and methods. He's been on this for a long time, and he's dedicated to this for a long time. You know, he's surrendered to this for a long time. He's bowed down to this. This is who he is. So he's also going crazy because he doesn't understand how something is not working on you. And also the masculine is also going crazy. Him and the sorcerer is losing their damn mind. Guess what's happening? It's the backfire. That's why the magician came out reversed. This voodoo work is not working. This voodoo is not hitting you. It's not. And this man is upset, to say the least. He's losing his damn mind. He's trying to keep his composure because he still has to live his life. He still has to be in his reality and in his world. He still has to do what he has to do. He has an image to uphold. He has a reputation. He has his own thing. He has his caliber. He has his own thing going on in life. So he still has to maintain that. But this has never happened before. This voodoo got him everything that he has till this day. This is a man that he does voodoo. Like, he's a voodoo priest as well, whether he knows it or not. Just because he goes to a voodoo priest for voodoo doesn't mean, you know, he's not a voodoo priest as well. Because the way this man has dedicated his life to voodoo, and the way he's fascinated and obsessed and in love with voodoo, he might as well do it himself, right? This man is he's a voodoo lover, and he's also in his blood a voodoo priest. Like, cause I'm channeling that his ancestors also were like this. This man walks with ancestors that also did voodoo. So he was obsessed with making sure that you lose your mind because he's obsessed with you. He wants you, like, and he doesn't want you like, oh, now we dating, you know, like, and that's why he didn't expect things to backfire. Like, we have the Empress reversed to the Emperor reversed. Like, this man wants you in a way of like, you are bound to him. Your thoughts, you know, your emotions, it's all him. Wherever you go, whatever you do, it's all him. And he wanted you to be a slave. Like, he wanted you to be his slave. He wanted to be your master. Like, he's your master. He's your superior. He's your handler. This is a man that wants to be your handler, okay? Like, he wants to dictate your whole entire identity, your whole entire life, world, and reality. He wants to control you. And this was the beginning of it all. Like, this is what he wanted from the beginning. From the first time he laid eyes on you. Like, from the first time he laid eyes on you. I just channeled something crazy. So because it wasn't working, they decided to take it up a notch. So what was done is they placed a spirit on you, a spirit of Magoon. So the Magoon spirit is the lightning bolt spirit, where if someone places a Magoon, a lightning bolt spirit on another person, it means that that person can't sleep with anybody but them. That person can't be with anybody, can't love anybody but them. You know what I'm saying? Like this man tried to cast and make a Magoon on you. Like they tried to bind you to Magoon. So it's not just the mind loss that they wanted when they saw it wasn't working. He lost his mind. He snapped right then and there. He's like, I've been with you for years. He's telling the sorcerer, yo, man, you can't tell me you can't do this. The one time I asked you for something so specific, the one time I asked you for, like, this man was losing his damn mind. This sorcerer is so scared because he knows that this man don't play. He's afraid of this man. This sorcerer is afraid of this man because this man is capable of ending the sorcerer's life. This man is not playing. He means business. So it's like, okay, since the mind loss is not working, her sacred chakra, her private part must be bound to me. I must be the only one she can't sleep with. If you sleep with anybody else, you die. That's what Magoon is. Magoon. It was done in the ancient medieval times when a married couple, you know, the wife would place Magoon on the husband, or the husband would place Magoon on the wife so that they don't cheat. If they do, they die. That's literally what it is. So they tried to place the lightning bolt on you. They knew it was a risk because already something was wrong when it wasn't working. The mind loss spell, the voodoo to create mind loss, the attack on your crown chakra, the attack on your brain. They already knew that something was wrong. So they were doing this based out of desperation, this masculine and this sorcerer. Because this masculine is deeply in love. Like, they're just a very dark person. They're in love with you, but they're just of the darkness. This is how they love. Like, because when they laid eyes on you, like something happened to this man inside. Like, it's like something took him. He just fell. Like, you took him, your energy, your eyes, your body, your voice, your hair. Like, you took this man. Like, he just, so this sorcerer has done wonders for this man. This man has a lot of money. This man has wealth, riches. This man has cars, the clothes. This man does anything he wants in life because he's very successful, but it's the voodoo. He's successful because of the voodoo. The voodoo has laid his foundation of success. It's strengthened his money. It's strengthened his reputation, his respect amongst peers, amongst those whom he gets money from or where he makes money. Like, this voodoo has made him who he is. Hence, I said he is a voodoo priest in his bloodline. Whether he's the sorcerer or not, like, he might as well be the sorcerer. It's in his blood. His ancestors, were tribal men who tied themselves to so much using voodoo, and what they've tied themselves to is on the same earth that we are all on. So this man, these ancestors are channeling through him, giving him more strength. This man is very, he's powerfully dark, he has power, but it's of the darkness. So Magoon, you are meant to never date anyone else, be with anyone else, sleep with anyone. You are just meant to never do anything except with this man. This man wanted to tie you to him like that, where it's your sacred belongs to him. It's him that rules over your sacred. It's his, right? And on top of that, it's not working. Right now, you're supposed to be living with this man at this point. You're supposed to be his wife. If the voodoo had worked, you're supposed to be his slave. Back in the medieval times, there were very evil men who had wealth and status amongst the village and the community, and their name was so powerful that every woman wanted to be with the man. And every woman was willing to give themselves to the man, even if the man was like, I'm going to cast a spell on your mind, so I own your mind, or I'm going to cast a spell on your sacred. They were willing. So the tribe of ancestors he comes from were like that. Every woman wanted that, because they were powerful men in their time, but they were evil. Evil and powerful. Not a good combination. So now, this obsession with you has grown. Because this man is wondering what is so special about you that what they've done all their life is not working on you. They've done it. This man is who he is because of what he has done with the voodoo. So on a woman, to him it's but she's a woman. I should be more powerful than her spiritually already because I'm a man. Something's not happening. It's not happening. It's not even it's not happening the way they want or anything. It's not happening at all. You're not touched at all. That's what, this man is making this obsession just more. How I'm feeling it right now, it's as soon as it didn't work, this man, it just was hey, what the hell, but it's because it was backfiring on him with the magician reverse. He's tied to the Magoon. The only time this man can sleep with anyone, or if he sleeps with someone, he has to think of you. That's how he can sleep with another person. That's how it hits the men. But how it hits the woman is the woman can't even sexualize another person because it will kill them. But how it affects the man is the man has to think of the woman only, that specific woman, during sex. So this man, at this time, as they have to still live their life and do what they do, they are being affected by the same voodoo that they try to put on you. It's making them obsessed even more, making them deeply obsessed even more. Because something is backfiring here. Their mind is obsessed. You're all this man thinks about. You're all he comprehends. You're all he sees. He can look at something that has nothing to do with you, but he can make it about you. Same with a person. He could look at someone that has nothing to do with you and make them about you. Hence, he can still sleep around, and I see that he is. He's sleeping with certain people, but he's thinking of you. The way this man is so powerful, and the way these women are throwing themselves at this man, they don't mind covering their face when sleeping with this man, just so, because this man says so. But he says so because he's thinking of you and doesn't want to see that woman's face. We have the Six of Pentacles. He's enjoying it like that. He doesn't care. Like, this man just wants to have you under his control. So the moon is not affecting you. That spirit is not like tied to you. It's tied to him. So everyone that he even sexualizes or anything really, like, he has to think of you, and he sees you everywhere. It's because of the crown chakra spells that are backfiring on him, because the voodoo is hitting him. He sees you everywhere. Like, he feels you everywhere. He thinks of you everywhere. Like, even if this man is in another freaking continent, you are there with him because he's tied himself to you. And because it's backfiring, he's experiencing what you should have experienced. But there's something about the power of this man's mind. He's not going crazy in terms of running wild and pulling his head all over the place. Rather, he's going crazy over you. That's how it's backfiring on him. He's losing his mind over you. Your name, even the alphabet of your first name, like, can send this man just to a frenzy. Like, he can just snap. Like, seeing someone that has the same features of you, or just feelings and thoughts that arise within him when it comes to you. Just like this man snapping. Like, he has to medicate himself or some form of substance in order to ensure that he just calms down every day, so that he doesn't just like go crazy too, you know. But he's already going crazy. The voodoo is hitting him. This man, you are everywhere he is. You are everywhere that he is. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Like, this man feels you, sees you, thinks of you everywhere. So these relatives, this man was just using them, using their energy, hoping it will link him closer to you, hoping it will give him more power over you. But because it's like, it's not working. That's not how it's happening. You're spiritually protected. Okay? Yeah, the world, cosmos. This man can't believe the fact that this voodoo is not working on you when it has worked his whole life. So it's leading him to believe that there's something about you that he has seen already, hence he has wanted you, but there's something about you that's more than what he understands. There's something about you that is more than what he can get in his mind. So, like, from this point forth, when this man sleeps with anyone, it's you he thinks of, right? And when he does anything, anywhere, it's you he thinks of. Everything is hitting him. So you might be dreaming about this man, or seeing visions of him, or feeling him as well. It's your ancestors alerting you of what he has been doing to you. It's like they want you to feel the voodoo as well. Not that it must affect you, but they want you to understand your protection. Because the level of voodoo that I'm seeing here, like, you're supposed to be completely gone, beloved, with the Ten of Swords here. Like, you're supposed to be just utterly obsessed with this man. Everything he says goes. You're supposed to give your life to him. You're supposed to just... He was supposed to be your God, your master, and you were supposed to be his slave. You know, you wake up and he has worked on you with the sorcerer, and, you know, don't forget you were meant to run wild and lose your mind, and then he takes you to the sorcerer, and the sorcerer reprograms your mind. and makes you like a slave, right? Because the magoon was cast on you to ensure that no other man can get inside of you except this man. Even if you try, you will die, you know? More than anything, this man is afraid to admit that that's what's affecting him the most. The fact that the magoon didn't stick on you. So you were free to do what you want with your sexual energy or your sacred chakra. And that's what's driving this man crazy. This man is even capable of like taking that person's life that you might want to sleep with, or someone, you know, you might want to open up yourself to sexually. Like this man's capable of taking that person's life. Like he doesn't want you sleeping with anyone. He doesn't want you being with anyone. Like this man just wants you to just be like completely his. He wants to own your chakras. He wants to own you. But because it's not happening, the voodoo is hitting him. He does not know what to do about it. So they've been trying to figure out a plan to reverse everything because this man is being affected by the voodoo. So the sorcerer has been dedicating day and night, committed, devoted to ensure that this man is okay and everything is reversed because this man is experiencing the voodoo backfire. So his sorcerer has been trying to ensure that it reverses. And I see here that it has been working, the reverse, but it's not stopping this man from wanting you. He's already seen that everything's backfiring, everything's going wrong as soon as he entered your life with this mess. But he's not willing to change his ways or leave you alone either. He feels like you're just being stubborn, or your ancestors are being stubborn with the Nine of Pentacles reversed. It's like there's no other way to explain this. They're just fighting me. Your ancestors are fighting him, or you are fighting him in the spirit. You know, like he just feels like you're being protected. It's not that, you know, it's not capable of hitting you. You just have a shield, a cloak. You're just protected, and that's true, regardless, whether he likes it or not. So he's not willing to let you go, though. I see here that the voodoo has been completely reversed. Like this man is back to his senses, but he's not the same person. It's like the magoon changed him. It changed his sacred chakra. Like he can't find a woman attractive, or at least not the way he used to. Something is different significantly about this man's mind. It's the effect of the voodoo. There's a consequence, a price to pay. But he doesn't care. He's willing to do it again. This man doesn't want to leave you alone. He's not willing to leave you alone, regardless of what has happened. He just wants to figure out another way to get into your energy. Like this man's not willing. He doesn't care. Like whether whatever, you don't want him, you think he's this. He's like, hey, I don't care. I don't. This is a man that, like, it reminds me of this TikTok I was watching yesterday of this woman who was recording an argument she was having with her man. He was telling her, she was telling him during the argument, like, you know, she doesn't want to do this anymore. You know, I don't know if she was recording for safety purposes or just for the sake of it. I don't know. But she was just telling this man, please leave. I don't want to be with you. I don't want to be, you know, I don't want to be in a relationship with you. And this man kept asking her to repeat what she's saying. And she kept repeating it. I don't want to be with you. And this man was like, does that even make sense to you? What you were saying, does it even make sense to you? You know, like, and it progressed when he was like, man, I'm not going anywhere. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you, but I'm not going anywhere. And everyone in the comments was like, you gotta get a restraining order. And some people were like, oh, that's so sexy that he's that, you know, he loves you like that. Everyone had their own opinion. But nonetheless, this man, like, whether this woman was like screaming on top of her lungs and saying it over and over, this man was even like, you can even say it as fast as you want to or slow. I'm not doing that. I'm not leaving you. What are you talking about? Almost like this woman, to him, she was crazy for even saying something like that. Like, what? Nah, like, don't be foolish, right? So I was called to just mention that. This is the type of man that you're dealing with. Hence, that prophetic vision came to life. Like, you know, like, this man ain't well. He's crazy over you. With or without the voodoo. Like, it's not the voodoo that makes him crazy over you. It's your energy. Like, this man is obsessed. Always has been. However many years this has been going on. Or however long he has been doing the voodoo. Like, this man's just obsessed. He's obsessed with making you his wife. But not like, you know, we go and we have a wedding and we fall in love or whatever. Like, no. In a way that, like, he owns you. Because the Magoon, it doesn't just affect your sacral chakra. Hearing this man's voice was just, it makes you do whatever he says. You know, seeing him, what do you want me to do? Like, that's the Magoon. That's how this man wants you. He doesn't want you as just in your body, in your mind, in your heart, your spirit, and you are in control of yourself. Your chakras are in check. No, he wants to own your heart, your body, your mind, and your spirit. He wants your chakras to not be intact, right? So this man has been trying to figure out a way to get you the way he wants you. He does not want to get you the way a normal relationship should be, or, you know, is. He wants you the way he wants you. So he's never going to stop doing the voodoo. Instead, it backfiring on him made him fall more in love with you. With the idea of having you as his wife. Just heightened. It just got worse. Because it sparked that curiosity of like, this has worked in everyone. Even if I do this to a random woman, it'll work. What's it about you? And it just made this man more obsessed. So this man will never leave you alone. He's not willing. So if you've been seeing visions or hearing certain conversations, hearing this man's voice, or seeing dreams or daydreaming, or, you know, feeling and thinking in certain ways about a masculine energy, like, it's this man. Like, he's on you, like, every day. He's having you monitored, or he's monitoring you. He's having you watch, or he's watching you. He's stalking you, having you stalk, having you followed, or following you, you know. Yeah. This was your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time, and I thank you so much for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. To those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon, I do offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love, as well as ancestral lineage readings. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings for $50 per month. You get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, career and finances, as well as ancestral messages. I also now offer one-on-one sessions / life coach sessions. Those will be once off and not monthly. You can only book me for those directly via my email, which will be listed in my description box below, as well as the link to my Patreon if you'd rather join my Patreon instead. You can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google, search it, and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. I thank you all for everything, and I will see you all soon. Goodbye.